Tomorrow's headlines are going to be dominated by puns about wet Tory at the lectern, um, drowned bunny, the optics. There couldn't be any worse, actually, for Rishi Sunak. July the 4th, Independence Day, and the sounds of things can only get better. Rishi Sunak drowned out by noise and rain, almost rained off. Why didn't somebody take him to one side and say, "Sir, you can't be sure the rain is going to hold off for the next 5 minutes or even the next 10 minutes. Wait." Or use that expensive press conference room, which was so exposed during the COVID times. Maybe he would have said, "No, no, no, I can't I can't do that. That conference room has been soiled by COVID. It will look like a COVID. It will look like a COVID stay-at-home speech. It will be the wrong optics." Well, it would be better optics than the idea of Rishi Sunak looking. He would have been better off. He would have been better off in the wind, thrashed around by the rain on a mudslick in Brancaster. At least he might have had some purpose. This was he looked worse than a vegetable in a vegetable patch in the middle of the early summer. He's in the middle of May, isn't he? I mean, May. What a time! What a time! You can't rely on the weather in May. And we've had vegetables in the House of Commons and indeed in number 10 before. You remember the lettuce. Now, Rishi Sunak looks like what? I don't know, but drained out, soiled. His suit will need to go to the cleaners if it can actually be salvaged. Conservative campaigners not ready. Already the noises are coming out that he makes us look foolish. He looked like a fool. Apparently one of the cabinet ministers has texted. He looked like a fool. This is not the image to stir up the party faithful. This is the image to pronounce defeat. He might have been, this is electoral suicide, but it's not just electoral suicide for Rishi Sunak. He has pulled the chain on the lavatory of doom for the entire Conservative Party in Middle England. This is the final flush, and he looks as if he's fallen in the loo in the process. This will dominate the newspapers tomorrow morning with the photograph of the sodden suit. What more one can say? That Rishi Sunak has finally managed to eclipse Liz Truss and Theresa May with worse optics. You remember Theresa May crying? Now you've got more waterworks. And I'm sure there will be people around Westminster weeping into their whiskey this evening. More than that, the speech itself was supremely dull. Not one single sentence, not one single phrase was remotely memorable. It was as if it was written by Chat GPT or a committee of twits. I don't know whether Liam Booth Smith is still in number 10 advising Rishi Sunak. He was the tall, lanky one who tried to compare himself to John Travolta. Maybe it's all just Simon Case. Three of them writing to order and cribbing off Chat GPT. So Liam Booth Smith, he is the one, isn't he? He may still be in vogue, or possibly Tatler. Actually, it's not Tatler, is it? No, because Tatler is the front page of Tatler now boasts the portrait of the Princess of Wales, which presumably was knocked up by some other half-wit to draw attention away from the portrait of His Majesty the King by Jonathan Yeo. So we've got a hodgepodge of appalling optics. Everywhere you look, there's another image of doom.